What up, guys? This is an update. It's taken a while for me to make this journal entry, basically, about the astral travel I've been trying to do because I've been having kind of a shit time. I went from, the 80 to 90% back down to the normal, 20 to 50%. I can get to sleep or partial sleep where I can feel my body but I'm still conscious. I get the tingles, I get the slight push, and I even get excited slightly when I can feel my body starting to become more detached. But I'm not sure if that's stopping me from going forward or if I'm just not all the way ready. One thing I have learned that I didn't put in my last DMT video was that was one of the questions I had. I'm pretty sure I did put it in, but if I did or if I didn't, I'm going to say it again. I tried to put myself out there in the DMT world and ask what's up with me not being able to astral project. And that didn't go so well. It kind of went negatively. But, I took it as it must be really worth it if I can't seem to find any really good methods to get me where I need to go. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been like 3-4 months now. I haven't been able to consistently lucid dream, but I have been able to navigate myself through less trauma. I know that's kind of vague, but say if something's chasing me, I'm able to realize halfway through that this is my dream, I control this, and put space between us. Realistically, the kind of space that you'd imagine, it wouldn't be zap, I'm somewhere else. It's more I think the last time for some reason I was sneaking into my ex-girlfriend's house and her mom showed up, and what ticked me off not ticked me off, but was a ping in my brain that I realized it was a dream was my cat walked by. And I was like, this, first of all, I shouldn't be here. My cat shouldn't be here. And now her mom showed up, so I'm screwed. Well, then her mom's boyfriend or whatever, husband, started chasing me down. And instead of running for forever, I stopped and I turned around when I realized there was space between us. And I put extra space between us. I created it. I made the natural environment bigger and wider, and then I went on about my day and got lost in my dream. Something weird that happened to me not too long ago, I want to say, let me think. I want to give it maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's just been a while since I posted a video, so I haven't been able to. I guess I should have made a video about that a while ago, but here it goes. The dream only lasted hour and 40 minutes. It happened as soon as I fell asleep. The weird thing was how it started. Now this was after I did DMT, a couple of days after I did it, and the dream started off with me smoking weed, and I don't smoke anymore, so usually when I find myself smoking weed in dreams, it means I'm slightly stressed out, which I am because astral projection and lucid dream evade me continuously. And that's something I really want. Well, I was with my ex and I went downstairs to go smoke weed after we were done talking, and as soon as I got halfway through the joint, and this felt really real, I got halfway through the joint and I passed out in the chair I was in right away. I woke up hanging out with my best friend, and we were both, and she's a female, so we were both hanging out with the opposite sex. And so it's 4 of us. We were all talking and whatnot. And then we all decided to go to bed. And we all fell asleep in the same bed, which was weird to me. So I started to realize, this is a dream. As soon as I realized it was a dream, the person she was with got up, and I realized I never saw his face. So I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then something that told me inside that he was going to go fight somebody, so I was like, I gotta go be there for him for some reason. And my friend asked me where I was going, and I didn't say anything. I just got up and ran after him. Somehow I ended up in a basement, and I don't know if you guys watch anime, but Sasuke and the guy from My Hero Academia who uses fire and ice was there. It was awkward. So when I got down there, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. What the fuck do I do with this? They attacked me, and we were fighting for a little bit, and then I stopped it. Like, I mentally stopped it because I was like, wait, this is fake. I'm wasting my time. I need to go somewhere. If this was a real fight, they would have annihilated me. Bottom line. Even Sasuke with one arm would annihilate a whole country. Anyways, I stop the fight. They both stare at me, and I just turn around and walk away. I get to a door, and I open that door, and bam, I'm gone again. I'm waking up to be this little white kid, and I've told people this about this dream. I think I've told like 3 people. They always laugh, but like, I seem serious. I woke up as this little white kid. I could see my arms. I remember looking at my hands and being like, what the fuck is going on? So as I'm trying to figure it out, and I can remember I had like slight semi-long straight hair. I was kind of like really kind of skinny, and when I mean short, I mean like I could have been like 10 or 11. And I turned and I saw my parents, who looked methed out, like extremely methed out, and my mom, who was obviously white. They were both like half naked, and I remember them saying, "You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. You don't belong here." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, all right, I guess I'll go." And they both asked me to kiss them goodbye, so I did, and on the cheek, blah blah blah. So I get ready to go, and I didn't pack anything. I remember wearing a brown shirt and like regular blue jeans and everything. It's awkward. So I turn around from them and I go outside. Well, first I go to the door and I try to go outside. As soon as I try to go outside, bam, I'm somewhere else. I'm in a gymnasium full of people, but I'm still a little white kid. And everybody seems to be getting ready for a fight, but it seems like a magical fight. Like, everybody had their own little ritual they were doing, and they had their squad of people, and I was by myself. And I seemed like I was supposed to be there, but I didn't have anybody to be with. And that kind of upset me a little bit. So I just kind of like walked around, and I had control of myself, but I didn't really have control over how I instantly felt about things. It felt like it was happening, but it wasn't happening. So I'm walking around the gymnasium, which is like a normal school gym. So I'm traveling around, and I'm looking at everybody, and I came across this black family who had this like really attractive woman sitting next to them. There's two dudes, one older man and a little kid, so it could have been a family. And she was like stretched out, and she looked like a voodoo kind of lady. Like, when she looked at me, she did not like me at all. She wanted me to go, she didn't want me to be there, but for some reason I took the chance and I sat down. Bad move. Something in, like, I knew what my head felt like while I was in the dream, so something behind my head was like, you're not in the right place. And it pushed me over past a couple of families, and I was when I sat down, I was crisscross applesauce. So it slid me over in front of another person, and this person was like this bigger Aunt Jemima kind of looking black lady. She gave off a lot of really good energy. When I mean a lot, I mean her smile, her aura, everything about her, and I could see her in detail. And I remember her saying, everything's gonna be okay, child. Like, you're basically right where you need to be. And I didn't know how to take it, so I didn't say anything. And then instantly, she transformed into like this orange light, because she was already wearing like gypsy clothes, but they were orange and I think purple. And she transformed into this orange energy, and then it kind of like started waving into a goldfish. And as it waved into a goldfish, something poked the back of my head and made me look down. And at this time, I was sitting like this, and I could see on my feet, so I moved my feet, and I could see symbols coming up, and they looked like Norse runes. And they were starting to like light up and turn blue. and I could feel happy, deeply happy all of a sudden, like everything was going to be okay, even though I had no idea what was going on, where I was. Everything was going to be okay. And then, boom, I'm gone again. But this time, I'm traveling down this DMT tunnel. And for those of you that have done DMT, it's wicked when you like really break through. There's everything in your room takes a oddly weird but familiar shape. Everything has like little divots and designs in it, and this is exactly what this was. The colors were orange, red, and green. And those colors, I don't know what it is about them, but I also see those in my DMT trip. Sometimes I see gold, but I mostly see those colors. And as I'm going down this hallway, and I call it a hallway, but honestly it was like I'm moving and the object, the area is changing so I can move through it. So it's like little boxes folding out of space so I can fly through it. And I'm flying faster and faster and faster and faster. And then I'm like, dude, where the fuck am I? Am I ever going to be able to get home again? Because I feel like I was so far. So I start to worry a little bit, and then instantly the lights start to go out. They start to dim and get dark. And this kind of freaked me out because people always say, like, follow the light, but what if the light's not there anymore? And I'm like spinning around. And the reason I always bring up my ex is because we lasted for 3 years, and I'm not like detrimentally attached to her, but she was part of a very pivotal moment in my life that sometimes even just the thought of her will be able to help me navigate back through whatever I'm going through at the moment. Because even though we may not feel the same way about each other, how we did feel about each other was monumental at a time, and it made me feel okay to be a person, if that makes sense. Now I can continue to live on without her, and I'm going to end up changing into a different person that she's probably never met before, or ever again. But in that moment that I'm traveling down this tunnel and it gets dark, I think of her, and then boom, a fucking like black hole shows up. And I go through this black hole, and as soon as I get through the black hole, I'm in a hallway, a school hallway. And I can notice around me what's kind of like just a natural hallway for schools. Not to like drag that out. And I go up to the first door I see, because I see people in it. I don't turn left, I don't turn right, because I'm just trying to get somewhere, I guess. And I go up to the classroom door, and there's just a classroom full of people. And there was a bald-headed white teacher in there who had his back to me. He had a blue sweater vest on. And I remember everybody in the classroom at the same exact time said, "Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay." I believed him. I was like, fuck it. If everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be okay. I turn around, I'm in another fucking room. And this room has a huge TV in front of it. And I've talked to you guys about my Phosphenus, which is like my least watched video, which fucking sucks. Because I really want to figure that out. Sometimes when I go to meditate, those Phosphenus turn into objects and things that I can pull into my image, pull into my imagination or whatever, and visually see. Now, I'm looking at this black TV and there's Phosphenus lights going through it like it's my actual eyeball. But I can't see out of it because the eyeball's obviously closed. I look around and I see a jacket, and it says, it doesn't say Knights of Peter Claver, but it shows a symbol that makes me think Knights of Peter Claver, and that's a Catholic or Christian organization, and I'm neither of those things, even though that's where my family's, their religion's based off of. I'm one of those. I noticed that jacket. It's black. And it's got the red symbol of some knight on it. I had no idea what the fuck it is. But that's what my brain thought. Then I looked down at myself. I'm black. Me. I'm me again. So I'm like, all right. Go to say, all right, cool. Except when I say, all right, cool, it goes, and I'm like, oh shit. What the fuck am I gonna do with this? So I go to leave throughout the doorway, and thankfully I didn't end up somewhere else, even though I probably wish I had. I walk out, and then I see 3 really tall black dudes getting ready to walk out into the hallway. Like 1, 2, and the third one was walking out the door as they were walking down the hallway. And I panic and I go back into the room, and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I was like, I'm half naked inside this fucking room, and the hallway looked like a castle. So I'm panicking even more because it's a really nice place, and I'm not sure if I'm astral traveling, astral jumping, or universe. Where the fuck am I? I read a lot of fucking stories, so I was just obviously overthinking the situation because I'm in a dream. So I decided to say fuck it. I go back out in the hallway and see if they're still there. If they're not, I start to boogie down the hallway and try to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in this castle. I just want to get the fuck out. I want to go get out of what makes me feel like I'm in danger. So, lo and behold, this really suave, older looking black guy, when I mean older looking, he was like 75, comes out of this room and he's like, son, what are you doing? He's wearing all white. I mean, white suit, all white. So he looks savvy. He's got this cane, and he's like walking up to me with a strut, like, son, what the fuck are you doing right now? And I'm like, I get freaked out, and I'm like, he thinks I'm crazy, so I run, which makes me look crazier. I get outside, and it looks like fucking Harry Potter. It's not exactly Harry Potter, but there's fucking magical structures and stuff all around me. No cars, no people, just like, it looks beautiful. He catches up to me in an instant, and it was like, dude, you need to calm down, basically. So he wraps his arm around me, clicks his heels, hits this button on his cane, and we fucking fly off. I'm not sure he hit the button on the cane or if he just pulled the cane up, but we fucking fly off into the fucking air like Peter Pan. And like, something in me told me to trust this guy, so I was like, fuck it, we're flying. We get to the top of this roof, and this is when the dream starts falling apart. I really appreciate you guys holding on, because I'm kind of just rambling on at this point. But we get to the top of the roof, and you know, I don't get this part, but when we get there to the top, there's these animals with their heads cut off with little feet, little chicken feet, and they're all running around, and I can see them down on the ground, and I see a lion with like really bright eyes, and I point to that one. I'm like, I know that one. I didn't know that one, so I don't know where the fuck that came from. So I wasn't sure if I really was me or if I was something else. But anyways, this white lady walks up to me with her family. They're kind of like in a distance. And she's like wearing like a Sunday dress and shit. She goes, I know that one too. And smiles. And then that's it. Boom. Dream over. I woke up an hour and a half later trying to find my face. My arm was dead. I'm pretty sure my arm was dead. I think I might have made that up. But I woke up, instantly wrote it down, and went back to my normal life. I think I finished this dialogue in time, because I think my homie's home. Anyways, that's as close as I've gotten. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Hopefully there's more stuff coming along in the future, me actually making success. I do have further DMT, movies coming up, possibly with other people. So, stay tuned.